Now, the Nigerian military is intensifying the onslaught against criminals terrorizing the southeast. The military recorded another victory in the fight when the aircraft under the air component of Operation Udokai 2 carried out several strikes on locations of Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, and the Eastern Security Network, ESN, in Nnewi South Local Government Area of Anambra State and Okigwe Local Government Area of Imo State. According to the Air Force spokesman, Air Commodore Edward Gabkwet, the strikes at both locations achieved their intended outcome. This, I've been seeing videos of these ESN guys, some 15, 20, carry AK-47, sometimes carry RPG, and sometimes confiscating from the military and sacking checkpoints. And I know that, look, the level of violence.
Killing soldiers in the last
the level
last
of violence,
weeks.
yes.
We're killing soldiers. I've seen gory videos. And as I always say about the military, or to the military, if people take the battle to you, they slaughter your men and women. If you cannot retaliate, if you can't come up with proportional volume of violence, then they will think that, look, we have to continue doing this to these guys have given up, these guys have surrendered. But this is the Nigerian forces equipped with taxpayers' money, mandated to protect each and every one of us. The army cannot be seen to wither in the face of any form of onslaught from non-state actors. They don't have the weapons at your disposal. They don't have the training that you have. So there's no reason to fear them. There's every reason to exterminate them. People can't move freely in some parts of the southeast. And they do not discriminate. We've seen politicians and people who went home last Christmas who never returned home. There's a millionaire based here in Lagos who went home and was kidnapped, and invariably they asked for ransom. Ransom was paid only for them to deposit his corpse somewhere for the family to come and pick. These are not people who deserve to live in our midst. So the armed forces have a duty to go after these people. You don't have to wait until they launch an attack. Once you have actionable intelligence pointing at where they are, pointing at who they are, then send the Tucanos. I'm happy that Tucanos are now involved in the South-South and in the Southeast. So send the Tucanos. It cost us a lot of money to buy those killing machines, and they are meant for the enemies of the state. Use them against the enemies of the state. The rubbish that we are hearing, oh, today Bello Tuji will say this, Bello Tuji will say that. A boy under 30 terrorizing a country, Dogo Gidetu. I mean, we cannot give these guys a reason to feel that whatever they do to their countrymen and women, they will get away with it. So ESN, IPOB, enforcing sit-at-home and their other criminal desires, they need to be dealt with. This kind of attacks have to be sustained.
Okay, Emeka, these guys, the visual I just saw, at the time they started, some people were living in denial, calling them unknown gunmen. Now we know that there are people from that area that have been decided to be wreaking havoc, not on outsiders, terrorizing your own people, killing your own people. I don't understand the ideology behind that kind of fight.
Yeah, you know, it's the unfortunate situation we found in the Southeast. People have now taken the agitation, you know, they've now turned it to an avenue for business, an avenue for terrorizing people, an avenue for raising funds from around the world, claiming that they are fighting for the actualization of Biafra. Whereas, what are they doing? They're just making life unbearable for the people. And they're being piloted by Simon Ekpa, whose group is called the Autopilots. Because he insists, he insists that he will not listen to Nnamdi Kanu, who is detained. Imagine Nnamdi Kanu, who is in detention. He insists he will not listen to him, even though Nnamdi Kanu has said, no more sit at home.
Yes.
He has denounced the violence, but this fellow continues to incite to incite violence. He continues to incite, okay, 2 weeks sit at home. Okay, we don't want number plates from Nigeria on vehicles in the south. Come on, for how long can you continue this reign of brigandage, till you now get to totally destroy the Southeast, socio-economically, politically? For how long? But again, you also have to blame some of the politicians in the Southeast, the leaders in the Southeast. They should be able to put their foot down, reach to some of these guys, some of these misguided youths who are being recruited for some of these things. Because you can't just fold your arms and then allow just the federal government to do, to come in to do things. You should be able to do things by yourself. But a station where you allow cultists to move around, so anybody can just put on IPOB regalia and call himself IPOB or ESN. I mean, these things need to be dealt with very seriously. But also, I would like to appeal to the government that, you see, when these attacks occur, the idea that wherever these attacks occur should be attacked by the military, I think is really causing a lot of anger in the Southeast. Look at what happened in Mbano recently. Unfortunately, soldiers, policemen, civil defense were killed. And soldiers allegedly came back and destroyed some places there. So I think it's better. Deal with it. It's good the way they bomb these places, locate their hideouts and deal with them. Because the civil populace are also being terrorized by these people. So if you come and destroy the businesses of people, destroy their shops and all that, destroy their homes, what are you trying to say? These people are terrorizing them. And then you that are supposed to be the defenders of the people, you're also terrorizing the people. It doesn't help matters. I think government should actually work with the people, the civil populace, to deal with these threats to security. And definitely, the war is winnable. Also, I will also once again appeal for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. It should be considered. Igbo leaders have been calling for his release. It should also be speedily considered because it will help to put an end to all of this.
Julian, ultimately, when you look at the tactics so far, and you've seen the violence, you've seen the Monday sit at home, I don't even know the situation. Maybe they've succeeded in cancelling the sit at home on Mondays, because I know the military waded in, and I don't know, maybe they've restored the confidence of residents to come out every Monday now.
Even if it will take a while before people summon total courage, because there are many people who are still terrified. As much as they hate this idea of sit at home, they don't want to be caught in the crossfire. So they would rather stay at home as a precautionary step, not because they support those who instituted it in the first place, but just to be sure that, okay, nothing will happen to them. Yes, they would rather stay in their home. So government has a lot of work to do to sensitize people, to encourage them to go about their businesses on those sit-at-home days. I know that there is some improvement. Enugu, some of the states, people are coming out a lot more than before, but they still need to encourage them. I know that the president of the military will make people feel comfortable to come out, because I remember when we went for the Nigerian Army Day celebrations in Owerri, there was even traffic gridlock on what was supposed to be a day of sit at home, because people saw that the military dominated the entire environment. So they didn't have any fear. And they were, in fact, they told us to arrive on that day, Monday.
Before secured.
Yes, they said, don't worry, nothing will happen. And we landed, and we went about without any fear. So,
all right. We'll take this other break.